don't know why you're so obsessed with me.
Is this a bad thing for kids to be playing this, or is there a good side?
Computer games. Computer games. Computer games.
Game Boy. Handheld gaming devices.
Yeah. Well, the mic is on, but I didn't realize you could hear me say. Didn't know that I thought I was getting warmed up. Look at that bag. Look at that software. Here we are. It's FAT32. It's coming right in your face. Can end that now. Great stuff. Welcome back to the return of FAT32, the stream which documents the history of Windows 95/98 era stuff. And it's really warm, but I'm wearing 2 fleeces. And that's just a situation that's developed now as I feel a pearl drop of sweat rolling down the thorax torso region. Maybe shouldn't have started the stream like this, but look, a lot of things have to be ironed out. There's going to be a lot of creases in this stream. Hopefully, you're being creases laughing anyway. At some of the stuff that we've got. How are you getting on there? Hazzy, Big Red, Sean Pellegrino, Brian C. Nice to see you. SB, Doug, Quib, Bill Brashke, Mickey, how are you? It's great to have you involved in the situation at hand as we speak. And what we're going to try and do is look at some of this Nescafe here. It sounds like Nescafe. I saw the title of this Nescafe episode and I thought, geez, it's starting already. I have to get back on the Chaffee big time. There's only one way to go. And that's Chaffee. I've been scratching my head for a while thinking, how do we get back to this stream? Is there going to be a Hannon situation? I went mad on the Hannon, had to check myself into rehab. I changed my name to Francis Hannon while I was gone. And that's stuck there now until I can get it back. And you can't just go change your name straight away back. Thanks very much, Kerry, for the tip. Thank you very much. I just saw a clip of Elon Musk's brother with Stuart Chaffee on a BBC documentary on BBC Two. What? What? It's a crazy bit of business. I must check that out. Thanks very much for the tip, though. But we're going to go back in time now to 1998. And this is in vintage Chaffee era. I would say 93, 94, around that would be Computer Chronicles. But they came up with Netcafe after Computer Chronicles, just as the internet was becoming a household scenario, dial-up modems around 95, 96. Ireland ladies, thank you very much for the tip there. I hope you're getting them well. Sorry, just have to get mad into the cha these days. Thank you very much, Teresa Carmody, for the tip. Very, very, very kindly, and not a made-up name. Shout out to the beggars, please, says the dog. Thank you very much for that. Mad into the cha. I've become an absolute cha head. And there was a video going around on social media of me singing "Ooh Ah Up the Cha." There wasn't really. Thanks very much for the tips there. At Silage, the dog, Teresa Carmody. let's get into this straight away now, because we've been building it up now for 5 minutes, and it'd be an awful shame if I just talked about shite for 5 minutes. Let's get into this. There are many questions, many hypotheses, many mysteries need to be solved, but we're not going to solve them straight away unless we get into this. So thanks very much for that, Flembag 9mm Jill. She's a hot shot. Up the Chaffee. Thank you very much. Let's have a look at this. It's Stuart Chaffee. It's 7. It's 6. It's 5. It's 4. It's 3. It's 2.
Are you can?
This week at the Internet Cafe, Cyber Chat. This is one cool chat room, a virtual meeting
Cool chat room. Cyber chat. Look at that. It looks rubbish.
place in 3D called Active Worlds. Meet Meredith. You may have seen her chatting online. She runs the famous Concrete Cam using CUC-Me.
Never heard of it. Never seen her. Look at this liquid hot technology. The chat just said there. It went really fast. I couldn't see it. Thanks very much for the tips there, lads. And hope you're getting on well.
The heavy chat.
Is my microphone okay? Can you hear me okay? Can you see me okay? We don't want it to go tits up. Yeah, you can hear. Okay, let's get on with this. Look at this.
There's online are teenagers, and this is a talk site just for them.
He wants to look at teenagers online on a talk site. Dangerous bit of business, Stu.
B. The heavy chatters online are teenagers, and this is a talk site just for them.
Heavy chatters. And then look at that there. The Schlug. Does that say the Schlug down there? Fucking dangerous. Was the Schlug involved in something there? Was that the uncle? I think we better get a hold of him. Tom, let's see if we can dial him in there on the interphone. Tom, are you there, Tom? Can you hear me?
How are you getting on, Francis? What's the story?
Good, Tom. We're just in the studio right now,
What studio is that?
where I do the stream from.
Your bedroom, is it?
No, it's not the bedroom. It's a studio. It's a proper studio scenario. It's got a microphone and multiple monitors in it as well. Shy Guides, thanks very much. But we've just come across something here, Tom, in the mainframe, and it seems as though you were involved in some sort of teen chat website in the 90s. Can you shed any light on that, Tom?
Wasn't me. I wasn't there. I had nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with what, Tom?
I don't know what you're fucking talking about, man. I'm watching the stream as we speak now, and I can see a picture of my face on it.
Yeah, I spent a bit of time knocking up a little bit of a situation for you there so that you could see yourself, and it has your little strand, your name on it and everything.
Yeah, it says analyst.
That's analyst.
You've spelt it wrong. You've called me an analyst.
Well, it's too late now. It's too late now, I'm afraid, Tom. We're live to the world.
Right. So I have to live with that embarrassment, do I?
I'm afraid so. Brooklyn Lukey, thanks very much for the tip there. Do you want to say thanks to and praise there to Brooklyn?
Yeah, well, I'm an analyst here. I'm not an analyst, but thanks very much, Brooklyn Lukey, and also Auntie and Shite Guides. Thanks very much. I hope you're getting on well as well.
How can you even see the tips and things like that are coming through?
Just don't ask at this stage. Don't ask. What did you want to ask me anyway? That's something in the pipeline, you did.
Well, I was asking you whether or not you had anything to do with this. This is a teen chat website. I'll just roll the clip again for you.
Seen her chatting online. She runs the famous Concrete Cam using CUC-Me. The heavy chatters online are teenagers, and this is a talk.
Did you hear that, Tom?
Yep, the heavy chatters are teenagers. And then, that doesn't look like it says the Schlug on it. Oh.
Well, what does it say?
I'm not sure, but nothing to do with me. I'll see you later anyway.
There, he's gone. Don't know where he's gone to. Let's see what's going on here. Hot Judge, thanks very much for the tip.
Site just
Let's
for
get
them.
on here.
Meet Davey D. He's a rap disc jockey.
DVD rap disc jockey. DVD. Does he predate the advent of DVDs? I think I can remember around 2000-ish, around PlayStation 2, that was able to play DVDs. So this is 98, so he even predates this rap guy. I've never even heard of him. Predates DVDs, and his name was Davey D.
He runs a cool chat area.
He runs a cool chat area
Called the Hip Hop Corner.
The Hip Hop Corner. If you haven't seen Fat 32, I'm really apologize to anybody. This might be a bit jarring for you, but I can't stop. I can't stop. This is the show that really makes me want to say things after they've been said again and again, and there might be a lot of rewinding.
Plus a look at the latest twist on chat, instant messaging at excite.com.
Stare Chicken, thanks very much. And Victim Boy, thank you very much. I hope you're getting on well. Stuart Chaffee used to prowl cool chat rooms, it says. Thanks very much. I won't read the rest of that. I don't want to offend anyone. Hey, Francis, Tommy, great to see you back, Stare Chicken. Thank you very much for watching.
And Larry Maggie joins us with some tips.
Look at this, Larry Maggie.
Tonight at 9 on Dispatches. Larry Maggie.
We get out of that there. We zoomed in.
Tips on chat room netiquette. Cyber chat. This week at the Internet Cafe.
The Internet Cafe is brought to you by Z-Auction, the live online shopping experience.
I don't know if it's loud enough. Is the volume okay on the Computer Chronicles episode? Let's see.
Additional funding from PC Connection and Mac Connection, the catalog and online superstore with PC and Mac products, toll-free technical support, and overnight delivery.
Listen to this, fantastic. Hanley Man, thanks for the tip. And Victim Boy, thank you very much. Real MIDI music from the 90s.
And by Windows Magazine, delivering desktop, enterprise, and internet computing news, reviews, features, and how-tos for a Windows world, because the world runs on Windows. Additional funding from SoftSource Incorporated.
How many
Publishers
adverts
of
are there?
Pro One Software, educational software for young adults.
Well, let's chat about chat.
Well, let's chat about chat. And he's got two class co-presenters. I'm gonna have to take these fucking fleeces off. He's got two class co-presenters. He's got a lady with red hair. Can't remember what her name is, but we're gonna find out. And then there's another fella who always wears the kind of funky boy. He's got like a funky boy necklace on, and he's had one in every episode. So let's see whether or not he's still got it on here. It's not Kiki Stockhammer. It's Withers, exactly. We've got some Withers heads in the audience there. eBay crushed Zauction, thank you very much, and Sweaty Barsh and Stelio. I hope you're getting on well, and Dirty Mike and the gang.
Let's have a chitty chat.
Yes. Have you done online chat? You like
I've tried
Did
it.
you see that?
Yeah.
Did you
I've
hear
tried
that?
it a whole bunch of times. I think
See that intro again. Sorry about the quality. It's a bit of a potato-like quality here tonight because, as you can see, I could only find this episode in 240p. So there's Funk Zone 555 on the right there, and Janine Withers, Janelle Withers, Jane Withers. Let's have a look and see again.
chitty chat.
Yes. Have you?
One Software.
Horrible, disgusting bit of banter there between the two of them, where Stu says we have a chat, and Jane Withers or whatever her name is says let's have a chitty chat, and Stu goes yes.
Well, let's chat about chat.
Let's have a chitty chat.
Yes. Have you? Done online chat? You like
I've tried it.
Yeah.
I've tried it a whole bunch of times. I think that one.
This is the lady who kept saying twisted. Remember, I don't know if you saw the dispatches on Computer Chronicles.
Twisted.
Dispatches unwraps the story
The
behind.
people getting undressed, you know, going to the bathroom.
Twisted.
Dispatches investigates Monday at 8 on 4.
That's Jane Withers there. She says twisted. She thinks that all this newfangled technology is twisted and sick. She's there to cast a kind of eye of of skepticism on the whole thing, and God knows what she'd make of today. This is like 20 odd 30 years ago, so I mean, the way it's shit. Give a shout out to Gary's Gourmet Pizza, Mr. Streams. Thanks very much there, Mortinator.
Ones that I've been.
Yes. Have you done online chat? You like?
Have you done online chat? Yeah, had that. And Stu is kind of always trying to keep cool and say cool stuff as well. It's a great era.
Tried it.
Well, let's chat about chat.
Let's have a chitty chat.
Yes. Have you done online chat? You like?
I've tried it.
Yeah.
I've tried it a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
I think the ones that I've been going to haven't been so good because it's all this kind of cliquey inside talk
Yeah.
and little terms that I don't get, and I haven't been in and no.
So it puts you off.
Yeah.
And Andrew, you a chatter?
I like it. Yes, I do. You have to really have some time. I mean,
Right.
you have to be.
Andrew _ DeVries, his real name. He was really birth certed that name at birth. The parents decided to put an underscore in because they anticipated he'd have some tech-based job in the future. Thank you very much, Slug Shining. I hope you're getting on well.
Committed to doing it, but it's one of the most popular, really,
That's for
activities
sure.
on the web. And
Is it just for young people, you think?
No, yeah, I have an aunt. She gets on there at night, 4 hours.
Sounds like a load of lies there, Stuart Jeffries. Apparently he has an aunt. Well, this creepy music doesn't really sound that good, actually, when you look at yourself in slow-mo, Stuart. Sounds like you don't have an aunt. Sounds like you made that up to try and get out of the question that Stu was asking you about. Were you in a young person's chat room?
Having really
That's for
activities
sure.
on the web. And
Is it just for young people, you think?
No, yeah, I have an aunt.
No, no. I have an aunt.
She gets on there at night, 4 hours.
4 hours a night she chats.
4 hours a night she chats.
Tell her to
Yeah.
get a life.
I don't think Stu even believes him. 4 hours a night, huh? 4 hours a night. What an odd thing to say.
Yeah, well, this is her life.
And
Is it just for young people, you think?
No, yeah, I have an aunt. She gets on there at night, 4 hours.
big silence there. Big silence as Stu processes the lie. That he obviously knows the lie, but he's a professional. They have a show to shoot. They only do things in one take. He's one take Stu. Thank you very much for the tip there, Pinhead Larry and Schult.
4 hours a night she chats.
4 hours a night she chats.
Tell her to get a life,
Yeah,
huh?
well, this is her life.
All right, we're going to take a look at different kinds of chats. It should be fun.
We're going to have a look at different kinds of chats. It's going to be fun. And a lovely transition wipe, multi-layer diagonal wipe from the same from one location to the exact same location. You can just tell how this whole production was done on a tight timeline. They'd hired people to come in and do it and all that. You even see from the CCTV angles that they put on to stylize the show that there's just like two cameramen and there's a few people around the sides. There's a load of fucking extras sitting in pretending to be in the cafe and all that. Time is money in Sacramento, in California, wherever the hell they are.
All right, Rick, you were on ActiveWorlds.com, which
Thought he was going to say you were on acid.
kinds of chats. It should be fun.
Flames Divide, thank you very much. All right, Rick, you were on acid last week at your aunt's house for 4 hours. Tell me what that was like.
All right, Rick, you were on ActiveWorlds.com, which I must say is about the best 3D chat world I've seen online yet. It is really cool. I want to ask you the basic question. You know, there's an argument on this whole subject. Okay. Is it worth the bandwidth to do all the vermal, all the 3D stuff? Why do you think that really makes a chat room better, to have avatars?
Tonight at 9 on Dispatches. Chat Man Do. The man who chatted too hard. We delve into the deep, dark world of the internet's most avid chatters.
In a physical metaphors.
Our worlds are no bigger than a typical website. So
Rick Knoll. Any relation to Nick Nolte? He was Rick Nolte's brother. He was Nick Nolte's brother, Rick. Rico Doherty, thanks for the tip. August Heron. Sorry for using the painted Jill Mill, the 9mm Flembag tip celebration, but I'm just going to go out on a limb and do it. Sean Kivlehan, thank you very much. And Flames Divide. Nick Nolte's brother, Rick. They had Nicholas and Rickolas. And one went on to be a fucking movie buff. The other one went on to do a load of chatting online. And he spent too long chatting online. And he was also given an underscore between his name. He shortened his surname, so he didn't want to be associated with his brother. Or more like his brother didn't want to be associated with him. For multiple reasons. We don't have time to go into them now. It's too dark. But this guy is going to tell us all about the... we're going to get Rickrolled.
So the download, the bandwidth actually isn't a problem, and it's so much more immersive. You're in there, you actually believe you're in a world rather than just getting information or JPEGs off a page somewhere.
But I mean, does something come from actually seeing some avatar move around, or having that?
Something come from having the avatar move around. Look at the state of the setup. Look at the Windows 95 GUI. And it's 240p, so we can't even read the shit text. But would we want to read it? Would we want to read it? NFT is greater than FAT32. Thank you very much.
I mean, you think the reactions between people are different when you're in that 3D world?
Absolutely. It's so much more immersive, and the whole idea is you're sharing a space with other people on the internet. You can see them, you can build objects with them.
Yeah.
So it's a collective thing everybody agrees to.
All right, let's talk about the way your little world works, because it really is cool. And the action.
Stu's got his number. He knows that this isn't a normal guy, and it's also, he wants to put a bit of space between them both by going, let's have a little look at how your little world works, because I'm not in it.
Thing everybody agrees to.
All right, let's talk about the way your little world works, because it really is cool, and the action's very smooth. Sort of describe how you navigate around there.
It's very easy. You use the keyboard. You just use your arrow
cursors.
cursors.
Forward, back, left, right.
Do you fuck?
Page up and page down, make you look up, make you look down. Shift key lets you go through objects.
You should have used the shit key, because it's shit. Thanks very much for the tip, Cardinal O'Flanagan. What's the crack? Are you well? Have you heard about your Uncle Tommy's travels, hey? I haven't, but I'll give it... Tommy, are you there, Tom?
How are you getting on, Francis? What's the story?
Not much now. We just after getting a little tippy-whippy woolly-bully machine donation tip there from Cardinal O'Flanagan, and he asks about your travels.
Yeah, I was doing the dog on it over Germany over the summer. Did you not see me?
I'm sure I was locked away. I was locked away.
What for?
I went full Hannon, didn't I? I went on the Jerry and the Frank, and I got fucking lost. Absolutely lost.
Yeah, well, I was telling you to stay off it, but yeah, there was no telling you. But maybe we could look at some of the antics I was getting up to when I was out there in Europe later on.
Maybe, Tom, maybe we might have more questions. You might have more questions to answer before we get to any of that sort of stuff there. And just if anyone's tuned in, there's a little strand there of Tommy. It was meant to, it's spelt wrong. It was analyst, but it's actually spelt wrong. So just in case, don't throw any besmirchment towards Tom there.
Yeah, I'm not an analyst. Just want to clarify that. Don't even know what a fucking analyst is. But,
well, I'd say if you were to guess, you're probably...
Don't say it. You don't even have to say it. I'll talk to you in a bit.
Good luck. We'll see you in a bit.
And that's about it.
You have different views, right? You have sort of a third-person view and your first-person view.
Yeah, and you can click on it, home or end, on the keyboards. Either
Ryan
make it
McDyer.
in or out of your body.
And how do you interact with people once you meet them inside the world?
Same way you react in the real world.
Ryan McDyer says, very funny stream tonight, Francis. Really enjoying when you do the cricket sounds in the background after a joke. Really. Great top-notch comedy. Thank you very much.
World.
Yeah?
Pretty much. What you do is you, except this, use your keyboard.
I thought he was going to get something out there. He's getting his hands ready underneath. Captain Sack, thank you very much.
You typed it.
Right.
So you type your information, you enter it, and you get a reaction
but
from the other
besides
people.
the talking, I mean, you have gesturing, too, inside.
Gesturing? And a lovely style. I love the red shirt, the black shirt, and I need to get a red shirt like Stu. I want to start dressing like Stu actually for these streams.
Right?
Some of the gesturing is actually automatic.
Look at those gestures he's making there. What kind of fucking hand signal is that?
Twisted. Twisted.
And then there's other gestures that kind of like the emoticon type things.
It was like he was doing the Bloods and the Crips, is it?
Gesturing is actually automatic.
That just says, doesn't say blood though, does it? What's that? There's the C, and it goes up there into fucking, what's that? An O, coal. ICO, and that's an ICO, ICO. Check that out. If anybody's got any, can anybody sort that out for us?
And then there's other gestures that kind of like the emoticon type things, so you can actually click a button on the screen.
I mean, I'm laughing, but fucking people do all that Fortnite shite now, don't they? Trying to do nowadays. That was probably 5 years ago, but Fortnite dances. Remember, everyone, footballers are doing that as celebrations and stuff. Fucking ridiculous, daft old shite. But that wasn't graphically powerful enough to have caught on. Nobody was catching on to that, and there was no fun in it. It was just hanging around in a chat room.
And it will, you know, make a gesture or a dance. You can do the Macarena.
Now, what's also cool in this place, you can,
you know, make a gesture or a dance. You can do the Macarena.
Now, what's also cool,
the Macarena. This is 98. I think the Macarena was, what was that, 94? Was it 95? Thanks very much there for the tip, Captain Sack. Great to have you back. Yes, sir. Simon Firth is the name on this screen, but I don't think that's Nick Nolte or Rick Roll or Nick Nolte.
And it will, you know, make a gesture or a dance. You can do the Macarena.
Now, what's also cool in your place.
Now, what's also cool here, and that literally was the pinnacle of graphical capabilities back in the day, but now that's a Minecraft game now. Knowingly shit in order to accommodate as much stuff, build as much of a world as you can. But that was the pinnacle of it at the time. That was the crisis of the time. Thank you very much, Father Hiroshima Twinkie. Any word from Fontaine lately? We haven't seen from him, haven't heard from him, but as soon as we do, we'll give you a well-worded response.
You can actually like build a house. I mean, move in. This is like real space in a way, isn't it?
Oh, it's absolutely very much so like it.
So I mean, what do people do there?
People.
What do they get up to? This is the same as what fucking Zuckerbuck is doing now over on Facebook. He's trying to get everyone into Meta and do all that kind of virtual reality. They were doing it back. Sorry about that. Chris McBee, thanks very much.
People do just about anything they do in real life, they do in Active Worlds. They meet people. I know several people who've gotten married in Active Worlds.
Do you fuck?
No, I heard that. Is that actually true? I mean, people can conduct a wedding in your Active World space?
Yes.
Did they fuck?
Yes, actually it is true. And somebody asked me to officiate. They feel that I'm the president of Circle of Fire, thereby I'm the president of the virtual universe.
Active World,
yeah.
Tonight at 9 on Dispatches, the president of the virtual universe. We delve into the world of a man who married strangers online. We hear from people who testify that he gave the Macarena based ceremony inside his virtual house. Tonight at 9 on Dispatches.
Active World.
Yeah.
Any other stories? I mean, people really meet like they would in other chat rooms here and get to know each other?
Oh, yes.
Flamebag and Nymel do Chatman do, thank you very much. And Folliot and Big Mick Fitzpatrick.ie, even though that wasn't your tip name. Thank you very much.
But in fact, more so.
And why is it more so?
Well, because there's something that they can do
what
together.
Was that? Something more so? He's claiming that this virtual world offers more than real life. And Stu, I love when... Sorry,
I'm the president of the virtual
milking that one big time.
universe.
Active worlds,
yeah.
Any other stories? I mean, people really meet like they would in other chat rooms here and get to know each other?
Oh, yes.
But,
in fact, more so.
And why is it more so?
Well, because there's something that they can do together. They don't just talk in a little...
See, these were big, this is a big stylized deal back in the day of doing a second angle black and white kind of voyeur kind of fucking CCTV, is it? Silver Pixie, thanks very much. I hope you're getting
chat room, and then they leave. They actually have this community they form. People build cities. They build whole worlds together.
Did they fuck? Thank you very much, Kevin Beige.
So you've got, what, 225 or something places you can go to in Active World?
There are...
Whoa, 225 fucking active fucking world universes. What? You've got Ethereal, you've got Florida, you've got Forbidden, you've got Frontier, you've got Galcom. I think there's a business in Ireland, Galway Communications, called Galcom. Thank you very much, Reiki, for your tip there. Frontier, you've got Georgia, you've got German. There's an ominous, rather ominous one there underneath. German is just girls. On dispatches, girls. There's probably five lads in there waiting.
Worlds.
Graham, there's just one called Graham 1, and there's no one in it, and Graham 2, and there's no one in them.
Running right now. Most of them are running on individuals' machines, people's PCs at home when they log on.
So you create your own world, actually, and you end up being sort of like...
That shit, it's like a few dolphins and a
little mini server where people can go to your world?
Yeah, we operate, Circle of Fire operates this Uniserver. And the Uniserver allows all these little servers to connect up to it, kind of peer-to-peer.
People use avatars, right? Where do the avatars come from, and how much control do I have in designing what I'm going to look like in Active Worlds?
Well, the avatars are available for many different worlds. Many people leave them open so anybody can come in and get them. But really, the world owner is the one who would set the avatar configuration of that world. In the very near future, we're going to open it up so anybody can transmit it from a website. So you can have your own avatar. You can have a Stuart avatar.
Where do we go next in these 3D chat worlds?
Well, the way we go next, we have to possibly integrate sound so that people could actually have voice text instead of the text chat. That might make it a little more immersive. But you do have music and sound effects, which I really like now, and you hear the birds chirping and all that stuff. Yeah,
I love the way Stu's like, he did have all this cool stuff in that. He doesn't find any of it cool, Stu. Stu is he's a man, he's a producer, he knows what he's doing, he's getting the work done. He's got a job to do. So he has to pretend all this shite is cool just for the thing, and we this a little
integrate sound so that people could actually have voice text instead of the text chat. That might make it a little more immersive. But you do have music and sound effects, which I really like now, and you hear the birds chirping and all that stuff. Yeah, that's nice. So we put that in and serve it over the
that's nice. Thank you very much, Bruno.
Serve it over the web.
For URLs of today's featured websites, check out the Internet Cafe site at cmptv.com.
A conversation about chatting on the web, I don't think would be complete without talking about sort of an early form of video conferencing, if you will. Meredith, Concrete, I think it's the handle you go by online.
Right.
You have a site.
Tonight at 9 on Dispatches, she was the woman known as Concrete. The murky world of a chapter gone wrong.
Site, Concrete Cam, and you're really into CUC Me technology.
Concrete Cam, CUC.
Kind of a little bit of a CUC celebrity. What is CUC technology?
It's video conferencing plus chat, and
as Sergeant Derek Spain, thank you very much.
People use cameras and basically chat with each other.
Sorry, is the Computer Chronicles episode too loud now, is it? Because I can see it hitting the reds, but fuck it.
While they're on
Cook Tech. Sounds fucking cook.
Camera.
Okay, so it's a streaming video image.
So this is before we had all the social media now, and people were making a whole brand website, their own branded websites, GeoCities, Palava. Thank you very much, Barry Masters Blend.
C celebrity.
CUC celebrity cook.
What is CUC technology?
It's video conferencing plus chat, and people use cameras.
Thank you very much for the tips there, lads, on the audio. Very, very handy. Very handy. I need to be louder sometimes, but I need to be fucking quieter at other times as well.
And basically chat with each other while they're on camera.
Okay, so it's a streaming video image coming over the web. How fast is that actually refreshing? You know, how many images do people see a minute or a second?
Of innuendos floating around, coming over the web. Cook, CUC, all that kind of stuff.
Well, it depends on what your connection is. If you have a slow connection, it's only probably a picture every 10 seconds. But if you're on a fast connection like ISDN, it's about a picture per second, so it's pretty fast.
Really? So it's not like
look at how shite that
quality.
is. 10 frames per second. 0 kilobytes per second. 28 cap. You've got a cap of 28 kbps.
But it's still refreshing fairly rapidly.
Right, you can see enough.
Right. Now, is this something that more than one person can do it, or I'm sorry, two people can do it?
When they give us a screenshot and we get a little insight into some of the shite they were saying on the thing. Just let's try and parse from this slither of text here what the fuck they were on about. This is probably taken from an article about them over the internet. Numbers will soon, and the current other for them television very hope first shot war between speed internet which easily rival ISDN. This is when they're all getting excited for the next wave of cable data modems.
Can a group get online all together?
Oh, you can do either. I mean,
he looks like great crack. Chisaki over. I was on the fucking web chat all night. I was chatting to fucking Chisaki over in Japan. There he's. 1 frame per second. He was getting a whopping 1 frame per second. Jukebox Connor, thanks very much, and Only Shams. And 3:50 a.m. in Japan. Fucking heavy enough buzz out in Japan, lads.
Do at a time? Can a group get online all together?
Oh, you can do either. I mean, usually.
This looks fucking rubbish. This looks fucking rubbish. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. CUC me welcome page. And look at some of these absolute scary Halloween costumes that you could have been chatting to. They wanted to see into your world. You were more than happy to let them see into your world, and then you got to see them as a return. There was a couple. There was a son with his father in the background there, ominously lurking.
Tonight at 9 on Dispatches, father in the background. He watched on as his son chatted with other people on the internet. What did he know? Why was he there? And how long did he stay there for?
People get on reflectors all together, or you can do it separately, independently with like
Ice Cube was there.
One person.
Let's have a look from massive conduits. Thank you very much, Boner Jams. Again, we're trying to look at the information we're getting from a fucking website that they took a screenshot of for the program. Conduits, relatively, attach, jerky, white video. Jerky white video is sound. Hey, and you can quote me on that one. I'm not even on the camera anymore. Could you still hear me? You could. Jerky white video is sound, hey. That was a quote there from Ice Cube back in the day, who was mentioned, actually, I believe, in Kanye West's interview with Tucker Carlson, the old Tuck Shop master himself, the other day. I really recommend you go and watch as many of those clips, as including the ones they left out, because thank you very much, Squish. They really were prime time bizarro world comments he was making as well. And then people are saying he's probably going to run for president as well. But after Donald Trump, you can't rule anything out. But I mean, fucking hell, I don't even think Donald Trump came out with any of the crazy shit he did. But he did name check Ice Cube in a scatterbrained reply to one of Tuck Shop's questions. Thank you very much, Fat32 Boy Slim. He was like, Oh, it's interesting. I was talking to Ice Cube about this the other day. And yeah, that's funny because I was talking to a friend about this, that, and the other. And it just made no sense whatsoever. I could go on to it now, but it's Fat 32. It's not fucking Ye 32.
So Reflector is like a hub or something where people...
Yeah.
Fucking crazy days and lazy nights. This was the last known, look, the last known frame from her webcam. That girl, I can't take no more, disconnected. Fucking yikes, to use an internet parlance of our times term. Yikes, guys. Better fucking push back on that discourse. Thanks very much for the Chuck E. Cheese. There's steamed ham and Fatboy Slim 32.
Yeah.
All the images come
like
together.
Vacational and of Hooking rural big city, connecting to a live shot of or check out the morning coffee. Watch the sunset. You can.
Channel where.
Right. What do you need at home to actually do this?
Just a computer, the software, and a camera. Well, you don't need the camera, but it's best to have a camera.
Right. Otherwise, you couldn't send out your image.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you've got the camera at home. You're set up, ready to go. You've kind of become a celebrity at this, or I'd say it's changed your life. Anyway, how has it affected you?
Well, I've met a lot of really, really
theme of the sack. Thank you very
great
much.
friends on CU. I mean, like most of my best friends are from CU, actually.
Really?
Fucking strange bit of business. A lot of her best friends met on CUC. Everything is okay.
Yeah, I've been on it so long, and I've known them for so long. It's just like I met them in real life, but...
Now, you don't seem that old to me, so how long is so long?
Oh.
Danger. Thank you very much, Daylord's Epic Bin. Thank you very, very much.
Like, I met them in real life, but...
Now, you don't seem that old to me, so how long is so long?
Oh, a couple of...
Why is there a kitchen in the background?
I met them in real life, but...
Now, you don't seem that old.
There's a couple of bottles of fucking... you put vanilla and shit like that into the coffee, or was it cherry-flavored stuff?
To me, so how...
100 BPS and running, thank you very much. And Johnson's wireless printer, thank you very much.
So long?
Oh, a couple of years.
Okay, which in internet time is actually pretty long.
Yeah, I mean, people don't usually believe...
Fuck all time, Joe. And I gotta tell you something else. You've only known them for 2 years, and you've only met them over the internet. Not even real, man. Not even real.
I've been on for that long, but I have.
Yeah, and it...
I love when they cut away to the stuff like this. Now we can see, we get a glimpse of some of the people that are there as well. And this is a profile. Welcome always friends, WAF, under mass construction. So some links are dead, guys. Okay, the site's under mass construction at the moment. Some links are dead, so chill out if they don't work. WAF. We've got this guy. He's cool, he's funky, he's crazy, he's doing his kind of... That's my profile picture. I want you to parse from that imagery what you can about me. Here is Keith of the Lumps. He's a radio DJ. Probably be the other wonderful phone sex. Oh, it's a weird fucking world, man.
And I looked at your site. You actually have some of your friends listed on there.
Wow,
people that you...
this is some of this girl. Look, she's innocent enough. Concrete is her name online. She said that her best friends have been made on this fucking site. Thank you very much, Higgy Smalls. And she's only been on it 2 years. This is the problem, you see. You know, there are people out there who will get preyed upon by people then like this. Look at him. Looks like a screen grab from the next week's Fox News broadcast about the terrible tragedy, the inevitable tragedy that's going to happen next week. But this is 1998. Probably predates all the terrible tragedies that went down. But was Columbine? I remember when it started going up. Although there was like that guy in the fucking bell tower of Texas in the 60s. But I don't think that was anything to do with nowadays sort of problems. But this guy is flexing his muscle there on camera. Why'd you have your top off? I suppose the tattoo involved. Ever noticed that as well? If people have the tattoos, can't wait to get the fucking shirt off. We now come to find features. Extraordinary, most beautiful set of. Please email him. as well. It will make something. Don't get it. Don't lose the spirit, it says. Hopefully, a lot of other people didn't lose their spirits at the merciless hands of this guy in a, situation, a terrible situation that happened after this was.
You've met with. Now, have you...
Now we've got a kind of emo chick, but before emo was a thing, was it just a black and white? Goth maybe. Isabella, a heaven from heaven for many voyagers, Cheryl Desire, tiniest ballet slipper. Weird shit. Is this a profile that her friends have made for her or what? I'm not sure. Thank you very much. 1 frames per second. She was the angel of the lanes. Thank you very much. Can you congratulate my fiance Rachel on passing her driving test today? She has her driving cheeky phase perfected. I'll go one further than that. I'll get the uncle on the line. Tommy, are you there, Tom?
How are you getting on? What's the story, Francis?
Not much now. We just got a tip in there from Higgy Schmalls. Wants you to congratulate the Mrs. Fiance Rachel. Is giving a lot of information away, but I'm just putting the fucking words out that's in front of me.
Yeah, well, look, hopefully, Rachel, you're doing fine, and well done on the driving. And hopefully you can drive Higgy Schmalls around now, and he can just be a passenger in your car all the time. You drive him around, getting him stuff.
Sounds a little bit old-fashioned, that. Is this? It's a bit of an old-fashioned take on the dynamics of a relationship.
Yep. See ya.
That was Tom there. Thanks very much anyway, and thanks very much, Tony Val in Nerja. And here is another lad.
Met these people? Have you...
Fourier is my boy. Hasn't lately. What?
Traveled to go see them?
Little sloth at the end there. I don't know what.
On my side.
Met these people? Have you traveled to...
Little sloth, watch my little brother. He need not apply. And he's standing under a sign that says dip. I think that's a funny thing to say in America to someone. You're a dip. Mac and the Beggars, thank you very much. My friend Dom is on the ovens tonight. Thank you very much for that. I hope you're getting on with.
See them?
Most of the people on my site I have met, and most of them I've met from CU. I mean, I moved from Chicago to LA to basically be with the person I met on CU.
Really?
Don't mind me if I'm just doing this now. I'm not doing it to try and compensate for the lack of fucking stuff going on. I'm just trying to get the blood moving around the body, because sometimes it starts to fucking just go to the head, and then there can be a little bit of fucking whoa going on. I think it could be something to do with the either the lights or I'm not sure, or this just the energy off of this concrete cook woman here is giving me the chilblains. David Chilblains is in town.
So It has changed my life in many ways.
Yeah. Now, do you feel that it's different than chatting just with text? I mean, was there something that maybe made these friendships stronger? That
Yeah, you can definitely. It's more intimate with the people. You basically.
Oh! And we're still not even out of the fucking thing. I paused the video. She still hadn't started to speak. Potentially when I resume, this could go on for another fucking moment or two. Whew. March, thank you very much. I hope you're getting on well. Could you wish the uncle... Did you ask the uncle, did he frame the historic €18 ticket? I don't believe there was an €18 ticket. Tom, are you there, Tom?
Wasn't fucking 18, it was just €9. That's it. There was no second ticket. Alright?
There you go. You heard it here first. Now, how long after I resume?
It's just better, I suppose. And you become to know the people a lot more.
Right. Is it sort of like people can't really...
Sounds like there was maybe a reflection upon what was actually going on in the world there that she had inhabited for the last while. These friends, the 2-year friends. And when a real question was thrown into the ether, there actually was no answer for it. But I mean, maybe that's what we're all at in some kind of weird, freakish way. Do we really know where we are or what we're doing or where we're going? That's one of the mysteries of life. And that, my friends, is one of the mysteries of life.
With the people. you basically, it's just better, I suppose, and you become to know the people a lot more.
Right. Is it sort of like people can't really
Thunder Horse, thank you very much.
hide the persona as much as if you're just chatting in text, you can sort of be anybody you want. But if you're See You See Me, you kind of have to.
Yeah, people are a lot more honest. I mean, you know who they are. You're looking at them. You know they're not like a guy isn't a woman or a woman isn't a man.
Right.
So it's a lot better in that respect.
Right. And it's not really
Is
a
it
voyeuristic thing, is it? It's more just people being honest,
Yeah.
being out there.
I think it's just people chatting and having fun.
Right.
And it's not so much voyeurism, it's just getting to know people.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. Okay.
Twisted.
Dispatches unwraps the story
Like
behind.
people getting undressed, you know, going to the bathroom.
Twisted.
Dispatches investigates Monday at 8 on 4.
Paul Schindler.
A Dispatch's undercover investigation.
Monday at 8 on 4.
Paul Schindler.
Where's the cue ball going? Where's the cue ball going?
Is Chip your real name, by the way, or is that a persona for the website?
No, now it's my real name. It was originally a nickname that got added to my name legally.
All right. A lot of the sites have a sort of sexual connotation to take your clothes off, Chip.
Sure.
Housewife Cam. Is there a kind of sexual connotation to it? I mean, you're a very attractive woman, a good-looking lady who walks around sometimes with not too much clothes on. There's shots of you there sort of topless at the keyboard or hanging around in, you know, small clothing.
Additional funding is provided by the Software Publishers Association, providers of educational materials to help manage software.
Welcome.
Paul Schindler.
Well, thanks. We're going to check out See You See Me.
Thank you.
See you, see me.
For URLs of today's featured websites, check out the Internet Cafe site at cmptv.com.
So Annie, as the producer of the Insight, you're focused on teen chat and a whole bunch of other things. Tell me a little bit about Insight.
Dangerous.
Well, the
Twisted.
Insight's a place for teens who want to make a difference in the world, and a lot of them.
Annie Fox.
Tonight at 9 on Dispatches, Annie Fox's hairdo. We go deep into the back end of her hair and find 4 creatures living in it, nesting there for 4 years. Twisted. Tonight on Dispatches.
Have the idea that one person alone can't do it. So I put together a place for people of like mind to come together and be mentored in a way by adults who are already involved in all aspects of the process of making the world a better place.
So now at Insight, there's actually more than just chat, but it is predominantly a chat site?
Well, it's a place
Twisted.
that's got an incredible amount of programmed chat, much more than just the casual chat. I'm really proud of that. But there's also what reflects this chat program.
There we go again. That's the screenshot from what we saw earlier on, look. The Schlug.
How are you, Francis?
No, I wasn't asking you to come on there.
I heard the name, and here I am, Tommy Schlug, analyst.
Tommy Schlug, analyst there, definitely not analyst. But we can see a picture of the Schlug there on the screen, and we're going to find out more about it.
Had nothing to do with it. See ya.
Programming is posted content around issues of relationships.
Oh, the story! It says the story. And a picture of a booklet there. Sorry about that. Tommy, are you there, Tom?
I am indeed, and I'm very, very jubilant scenes here. Where I am in the gaff at the moment, I've been vindicated. I was never involved in any of that teen chatting back in the day in 1998.
You must feel over the fucking moon, Tom, after that, because there were a lot of people in the chat there asking questions, wanting to know things as well.
What chat? The chat back in the day? I had nothing to do with it.
No, I'm on about the one right now on the video.
Oh yeah, well look, sure, you know me, I'm an analyst, and all I want to do is bus and transport. That's all I want to do.
Good man yourself, Tommy Schlug, not an analyst. And a big thank you to Annie for your lovely Annie Fox tip. And Jimmy Bignuts, thank you very much. And Thunder Horse. Thank you very much.
And health and social justice, environment, things like that.
So all that supports the chat activities
Exactly
that are going on. Now, tell me,
Is this a bad thing for kids to be playing this, or is there a good side to it?
when you're managing a teen chat activity,
What the hell is a teen chat activity?
Twisted.
Thank you very much there, Big Tripod. Great to have you back. Thank you very much.
What's the difference about managing a teen event as opposed to dealing with adults?
I think teens like to act out and test the standards of the community.
You're not a killer, are you? No, I'm not.
You're not a killer.
No, I'm not.
Talk City, of which we are a neighborhood, is has a
Just want to say a big hello to Ethan, and thank you very much, Ethan. Yeah, there was a tip from you that I didn't see until before it came through weeks ago, and I'm sure that was for the uncle and not me, but thank you very much. I hope you're getting on well. It's just that I remember Tommy was saying that you really enjoyed the moment Stuart Chaffee asked the guy, was he a killer? And then he just simply responded, no, I'm not. And it went like this.
You're not a killer.
No, I'm not.
community feel to it, and there are standards of behavior. And so when teens come in, they want to find out, what can I do right up to the line that will get to push the edge. They will get kicked out if their language is abusive, if they're harassing people, and they like to find out what that is. I don't know if adults do that as much. Well,
Thank you
noticed
very
you to
much,
rant a little
Michael
bit.
Russell's PC. Thank you very much.
So now, the types of topics that you're having, like, so today you've got how many different...
Disgusting insight into what the hell was going on there.
Twisted!
Enjoy chatting with European teens and young adults.
Chats going on.
We have about 8
Bipolar disorder info hour.
hours a day
that's
of hosted
teens and tobacco.
topical chat,
drugs,
and that's 7 days a
casual
week.
chat.
In addition to
Terrible.
it being open 24 hours a day, so the other 16
Weird.
hours of casual chat.
And so you actually invite people...
16 hours of casual chat. I can't even do fucking 16 seconds sometimes. Although, I mean, evidence to the contrary here as we move into the probably 58th minute of a fucking shit talk extravaganza. But I mean, 16 hours. You'd be fucked after looking at the screen for
to
that.
come
long.
in and talk about a particular
Exactly. That's
issue.
my job as the executive producer, is to get in touch with experts who deal with youth services all across the board and have them come in and
Join Tis Darren as he helps the people in Talk City who are interested in depression and bipolar. The conference cannot counsel. Sorry, I'm not talking to the mic. Bring all your questions about this disease and how to combat being a manic
to
depressive.
questions, which is wonderful because the kids are anonymous and they can ask questions of caring adults who they might not have those kind of people in their lives.
So oftentimes, I mean, you bring in adults who are experts on topics,
Exactly.
and basically, so you've got really adult moderated activity, but
Yeah.
it's driven by the teens.
That's exactly right. They're all teen issues. We have one really...
Eric's trip. Hey, Eric, double take. What is manic? I'm looking forward to the new episode, blah, blah, blah. What you talk about, my man was abusive. I agree, but usually manic, depressive, suicidal.
wonderful group where they have
Heavy
peer
buzz.
counseling, so the teens have been through
Heavy
a
buzz.
training program. It's about dating violence awareness and prevention. So the teens come online as the guests and talk to other teens about those kinds of
So now
things.
there's a lot of parents out there when it comes to chat and being online. There's a lot of talk about it being very addictive, very much escapism, and it's not a healthy experience. What's your comment on that?
I think it's
statement?
healthy where we are, though I understand where they're coming from. There is an element of, hey, I don't have to...
I was going to pause at Brooklyn, but I felt like it could have been, it's a load of people talking about fucking wanting to commit suicide and all that. I mean, unless you put you'd want to be, to knock a laugh out of that, it'd be fucking tough enough. There'd probably be more. We're halfway through the episode. I'll view the next fucking screen of text, but this
go
one
out and try to make friends.
it's a heavy blow. By the way, I want to read that text that they said, but it's a bit dodge.
They're at my fingertips. But I tell kids online that there is a difference between an online relationship and a three-dimensional relationship. We are visual people as a species, and we are physical beings. And I think a lot of what they don't realize when they say I'm in love with someone online is that there are certain elements to a real relationship that is missing.
So you're working on helping them bridge the two different
They
worlds.
knew it back in the day. A real relationship that is missing. So then, like, you will go and find that online. And a lot of people say that's good. Then you can you know, have someone in your life and all that, then there's people out there then that could be fucking preying upon them as well at the same time. Fucking danger, man. Moral panic. It's good for the soul.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Everything hip hop and Ian's word.
We do a lot on conflict resolution, just making relationships better, which is a
and hummus.
major issue for teens and adults.
Don't try to talk when you're fuming.
So
It's all stuff that's even fucking in the ether now. Everyone's talking about all the mental health stuff now. So this was actually Netcafe. Netcafe was pushing the boundaries back in the day. Hosted by Stuart Chaffee. And they were exploring the topics that we're all rabbiting on about right now.
For those people out there who say, no, chat is not a good thing, it's not a healthy thing, your response is...
I think that moderated chat and
Chat is not a good thing. It's not a healthy
the
thing.
right community environment, an online community like Talk Cities and Insight is a very positive thing. Though too much of anything I don't think is particularly good. So, you know, a parent who cares might want to limit the amount of time on the computer.
True that. And it's like the Buddhists say, too much of a good thing is fucking dodgy for you. And that's a quote by the Dalai Lama. And Hummus, thanks again for your second consecutive tip. Very kind of you. And look at the graphical graphics that they've got there on the fucking advert for the interstitials, should I say, before they go to the adverts. And it's that of an Apple OS GUI from back in the day. And it also highlights the Internet Cafe little link, send us mail news, blah, 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 and gives you an URL at the top of the screen as well. Very immersive program to watch. This was the show that made you feel like you really were inside a fucking computer. Thank you very much, EFAT32. You're very, very kind. What else? No, I'm not. Cheers for the shout. I'm glad to hear Tommy's back safe from Germany, says Ethan. Thanks very much for that.
How are you getting on, Ethan? Thanks very much. And I hope you're getting on well. And look it. We'll talk to you later on. Good luck.
Yeah, Tom, no one asked you. No one asked you at that time. I need to ask for you to come on.
No problem. I'll talk to you in a bit. Good luck.
That's great.
Look at that there. He was solemnly looking down.
Tonight at 9 on Dispatches. The man who solemnly stared at the ground. Otherwise known as Biodome.
Well, we've got Larry Maggot here again, syndicated columnist with the LA Times.
Larry Maggot!
And contributing editor for Home PC Magazine. Larry, we're talking about chat on this show, and a lot of people...
Look at this. He's got a cup. Little cup of something. Got a little paper cup. I like the way he has the cuffs just around the forearm there. And then we've got Larry McGee.
I've been online, surfed the web, done email, but never really been in a chat room. They see IRC maybe somewhere on their browser.
IRC, I really can't. Is that what that means?
How do you go to do a chat? What's the easiest way?
Kitty Boo, thanking you. I hope you're getting on well.
Other ways, the easiest way is to go to a website that has chat, like Talk City, or many of the websites, even some of the news sites will have news chats around.
Thanks, Haley. Thank you very much. News chat.
The theme. If you're on AOL, of course, you can do the keyword chat or go into an area on AOL. Or you can do IRC, which is Internet Relay Chat, which is a little bit geekier because you've got to know some commands and it doesn't have the pretty interface that the web-based chats do.
Now, there's a certain protocol. Some people get intimidated. They'll go to the chat room, and these guys are talking with the emoticons and LOL and IMHO and all that.
It's too much. It was too much for Stu back in the day. It was intimidating, you know? There's the LOL, there was the emoticons. How would he have operated nowadays with the emojis? It would just blow his mind.
Should you feel shy about just getting in on the conversation?
Well, you should get it. You shouldn't feel shy, but you should also be prepared for the possibility.
Because they can be pretty nasty.
Some people can be pretty rude.
Wow, dangerous. And we were warning back in the day, there's a lot of rudeness out there.
And you know, if they're rude, it says a lot more about them than it does about you.
It wasn't even a joke. Just thought I'd throw it in there.
Yeah, and there are books or websites where you can find out what these emoticons mean.
Maybe do a little homework.
If it looks like a smiley face, it is a smiley face. But once you learn that, you'll get in there pretty quickly.
Last question, safety. Should you be concerned about giving out your name, your address, or stuff like that?
Thank you very much. Number 2, Frank McCourt and the dog. Thank you very much. Wonder if Tommy Analyst Schlug might be able to give a slandering shout out to Beans, who has decided to spend his night with friend group B instead of watching this stream with friend group A.
Oh, you getting on there, the dog? Yeah, Beans, you bollocks. You're missing out on some absolute quality chaffee business here. Shame on you. Absolute shame on you for even having a second friendship group. And hopefully the friendship group are aware of this absolute fucking treachery that you're capable of, and they'll ditch you. And then you'll have to just go and hang out with your old friend, the dog. Bye.
Very, very heavy words there from Tom. An element of malice in it as well. Moral panic at your Maz. Thank you very much.
Anything you say in a chat, you're in public. Never got your real name, never got your address, your phone number. Kids have...
Listen to maggots. He's fucking speaking sense. Never give out your real name, your number. People have been fucking tipping and giving out names and everything here. I even had people tipping and giving, this is my number. Well, not me anyway, but that's what the fucking uncle said over. Tommy, wasn't that the crack?
Yeah, those people saying, oh, I'm in Germany, this is my number, blah, blah, blah. Sure, I could have, you know, you don't be doing that on the internet, to no matter who it is, who you think you know.
Especially not to you with the fucking, it says analyst under your name.
Yeah, it's not I never made it, you did it, was analyst, you can't spell, it's just yet another searing indictment into your intellectual capacity of, or lack thereof.
Don't know what the fuck you're talking about, you old plonker. But we'll talk to you later on. Thanks very much.
Yeah, anything you say in a chat, you're in public. Never got your real name,
never give out your real name. I think he said there, never got your real name. But I think that's like a portmanteau of give and out, and he just never got your real name. Maybe he's thinking about someone that he was asking about. Maybe he was doing a bit of shit. He knows all this business because he was trying to get someone's name last night on the chat room. By the way, never got your real name.
Giving out your name, your address, or stuff like that?
Yeah, anything you say in a chat, you're in public. Never got your real name, never got your address, your phone number. Kids have to be especially careful about...
You're not a killer.
No, I'm not. What they do online.
Yeah. But chat's fun, right? People should try it if they
It's a
haven't.
lot of fun, as long as you,
fun, right?
or try to be safe, you're going to be...
It's a lot of fun. Just be safe, okay? Be safe. This is Kissel. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Larry.
For URLs of today's featured websites, check out the Internet Cafe site.
Look at the rubbish they're fucking spouting and spewing out at you there. CMPTV.com. We don't even know if this exists. Old friend / boyfriend.
Cafe site at cmptv.com.
When you think about chat topics...
Chat topic! It's so loud. I love the way he projects so fucking well. I'd love to see Stuart Chaffee if he'd done any drama school training or anything like that before he went on to make these, because he projects so well. Imagine him on stage in fucking something like Shakespearean or something. He'd fucking rock that joint. And I don't even like theatre. I think it's rubbish. Better go see something with him in it. Thank you very much, Irrelevant. I hopefully hope you're doing well. And Stuart Chaffee, let's see that projection.
cmptv.com.
When you think about chat topics on...
Chat topics!
the net, you tend to think of what? Sort of trivial discussion.
You know, actually, from his stance, look, before he even gets going, that fucking stance is gonna rock your fucking world when the director says action.
When you think about chat topics on the net, you tend to think of what? Sort of trivial discussion.
I'm actually thinking there that it might be a good idea to record within the stream here the little sizzle moments that I have found made me laugh there. So I'm just going to hit record, and then I'll have that as a bloody... Hopefully this stream doesn't crash when I hit record. And then I'll have a catalogue of little Stuart sizzle points, or whatever stream it is. If we're watching something, and then they can be implemented into the soundboard forthwith. Thank you very much there, Andrew Thompson, who says never give out your real name online. So we're just going to start recording here. Please don't crash the fucking broadcast. Recording.
When you think about chat topics on the net, you tend to think of what? Sort of trivial discussions between...
Stop recording. That's all I needed, because I only want chat topics.
Strangers, aliens, UFOs, sci-fi, a little bit of sex.
Ooh.
Twisted.
Dispatches unwraps the story
Like
behind...
people getting undressed, you know, going to the bathroom.
Twisted.
Dispatches investigates, Monday at 8 on 4.
Paul Schindler.
A Dispatches undercover investigation.
Monday at 8 on 4.
Sorry about that, but what's he on about there? These are the chat topics of the day. A little sprinkling of sex. What, you got UFOs, you got sports conspiracy, a little bit of sex, and then where's this going, like?
When you think about chat topics on the net, you tend to think of what? Sort of trivial discussions between strangers, aliens, UFOs, sci-fi.
Aliens, is he on about that's a chat topic? Or is it that the chat is going on between the humans and the aliens? Because he never made the distinction in that sentence.
To think of what? Sort of trivial discussions between strangers, aliens, UFOs.
He thinks that that the conversation is actually going on between strangers, aliens, and UFOs, which is not too far. Hey, 30 years later, and half the internet is fucking bots. Probably all bots. I'm probably a bot. Probably don't exist.
Sci-fi, a little bit of sex, conspiracy politics.
A little bit of sex, conspiracy politics.
But you don't tend to think about the hip-hop culture. Yet, what do you know?
What? Hip-hop stew? Is this where it's... We saw there was a rapper earlier on in the stream. DVD, is this where we're going? And is Stu gonna commandeer this section of the show? I fucking hope so. I hope they haven't left the hip-hop discussion to Withers or fucking Smithers. The other lad, can't remember his name, but he's not as good as Withers. In the pecking order of the interviewers, it's Stu, Withers, and himself.
No, one of the best, biggest politics strangers. About chat topics on the net, you tend to think of what? Sort of trivial discussions between strangers.
I just want to record a little bit of sex.
Aliens, UFOs, sci-fi, a little bit of sex.
I've got it. Thanks very much, Kitty Michaels.
Conspiracy politics, but you don't tend to think about the hip-hop culture. Yet, what do you know? One of the best, biggest, richest chat sites on the web is all about rap music and the hip-hop scene.
Lovely CCTV angle. We love this angle. They chose it to be cool, but it looks so ominous, especially when you pair it with this music.
Richest chat sites.
And we slow it down. We slow it down. Slow it down so we see him walking over to the guest. The evidence, the fucking exhibit evidence. We now want the jury to look at exhibit B. This is the CCTV from the night in question. We simply want the jury to answer one question. Did Stuart Chaffee do it? Okay, thank you very much, Brian Coney.
Chat sites on the web is all about rap music and the hip-hop scene. And DVD, this was all your idea.
How you doing?
You're a disc jockey here at KMEL in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
What was the idea behind putting up this site and getting people to talk about the hip-hop scene?
Well, I grew up on hip-hop in New York City. I was around when it first emerged, and as I grew older, I saw that it became a commodity that was being marketed by big business and falsely marketed, meaning that they were highlighting certain things that...
Like what?
Well, you know, the violent side of things, the negative side, yeah, all that,
and beat up the women type stuff.
Right, and hip hop is such a rich.
I just went to grab a water, but I come back to Stuart Chaffee saying, "Kill a cop's business, wanted to beat up a woman, etc."
Negative side, yeah, all that,
and beat up the women type stuff.
Right, and hip hop is such a rich culture, and yeah,
what?
Business and falsely marketed, meaning that they were highlighting certain things that.
Like what?
Well, you know, the violent side of things, the negative side, yeah, all that,
and beat up the women type stuff.
Right, and hip hop is such a rich culture.
Yeah. The killer cop business, beating up women and stuff. Hip hop, real stuff, yeah. It's a bit of a nice tune, naturally. It doesn't work. Big money stew in the house. Stuart Chaffee coming at ya. CCTV Stew. He's hip hop Stew. You know the crack. What did he do? We want the jury to answer this question. Was he the man that night in Tasht?
Music and the hip hop scene. And Davey D, this was all your idea.
How you doing?
You're a disc jockey here at KMEL in San Francisco. What was the idea behind putting up this site and getting people to talk about the hip hop scene?
Well, I grew up on hip hop in New York City. I was around when it first emerged, and as I grew older, I saw that it became a commodity that was being marketed by big business and falsely marketed, meaning that they were highlighting certain things that...
Like what?
Well, you know, the violent side of things, the negative side, yeah, all that.
And beat up the women type stuff.
Right, and hip-hop is such a rich culture, and the commercialization of it was something that a lot of people were starting to base their definition upon. So my thing was...
Davey D's Hip Hop Corner, the largest site on the internet at that time.
I wanted to have a site that would become a primary.
It embraced all corners of the hip hop world, because there's the statue of Lib up there, and then there's a Big Ben there. I think LA there, maybe. I'm not sure. Paris is in the background. These are iconic fucking points from different cities. They're not the actual cities themselves. We can't really see any more of the information there because the fucking resolution is so bad.
Source of information for people to start to build around. And since I had been around... and I knew a lot of the people who first started this genre, I wanted to put that on there. Plus, you know, my whole thesis, and I'm a historian, so to speak, was based upon that. So I wanted to make sure that somebody who's real young, as well as somebody who wants to first find out about it, or somebody who's deeply into it, could come to a central place, and that's what we did.
Let's talk about the message boards that are up on your site, because that's one of the most interesting parts up there. I mean, it really goes on and on. Give us some of the different areas that the boards cover.
Well, we have maybe about 4 or 5 primary sites. There's a message...
Lovely stuff. What have we got going on here? We've got, yes, is that it says yes, say hi to Meta. Thank you very much. Steve Jennings, thank you very much. Call me DJ Cadbury, because you know I got bars, you see. Thank you very much for that kind-hearted tip there, Steve Jennings, and the Chief as well. Maybe we should hip it up to the fucking chat message there and see what's going on. So look, we can get some beats going, funky ass beats. Yeah, right. All right. You know what's going on. Let's break it down, y'all. Let's read the chat out in hip-hop style. Sexy V says yes. Chicky says, is that my friend Sexy? Question mark. Sexy says yes. Sexy says yes. Chicky say hi to Beta. Smiley face, Sexy, what's up, boy? Metaphysics, I'm cool. Sexy V, say what? Say what? Chicky says, what's up, Sexy? Question mark. Chicky says again. K-Dog says, what's up, Sexy? And Sexy says, nothing much. Just kicking it with my son, D. Kefek enters hip hop. Merrick, hey, question mark. Wow.
Message board where people just talk generally about hip hop, whatever the newest trends are, what their thoughts are on particular artists, newest albums, etc., etc. That
it's not really working out there. Not really working out.
That is pretty intense.
Yeah.
Then we have another section where it's called the freestyle board, and within hip hop, a lot of people feel like they can.
We've got a fucking freestyle board. It's not a chat anymore, even though I was enjoying what those people were saying. Hey, what up, sexy? Say what? Sexy says hi. Say hi to K-Dog for me. K-Dog says, I'm entering the house. What? What were they on about? Here we go, though. Just a key style. Felt like dropping something. Call it continual verbalization part 2. Okay, let's get that fucking going. Let's get that on the Nash. Let me see if we got something here. I need to crank up the music on that. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. You're about to witness some mic fitness, yo. Get ready. We're about to drop some shit. Get ready to pick up, scoop up all of it. Lyrical manifestation of continual verbalization across the nation has me anxious anticipation of critical fan appreciation, but also contemplating mass play hitting of serpent tongue duns relating false statements that my rhymes more defective and basic than vital utilities on the Mr. Space Station. What the hell does that mean?
What the hell does that mean? What the hell does that mean? Blue sky, thank you for the tip, blue sky. It's Steve Jennings, what the hell does that mean?
Let's kick it. Too bad these lines I'm lacing got them more cerebrally wasted than the mentally decapitated Vietnam veterans in inner city crack basements who cocaine, overdosing and chronically freebasing, decimating and obliterating MCs. And that's the end of it. We don't have any more of that beautiful bit of stuff. But I gotta tell you this, that fucking bar about the Mr. Space Station, what was that about? Does it mean that my rhymes more defective and basic than vital utilities on the Mr. Space Station? Now, I could understand, thanks very much, Slagathor and Mr. Space Station for the tip and Blue Sky. I could understand if he was saying the vital utilities in, like, I don't know, somewhere where it's been downtrodden, like Detroit, where they were saying, oh, the water is fucking rubbish and you can't do all this stuff. But what is Mr. Space Station? And you'd imagine a space station would be fucking high tech. They'd have great utilities, like the ISS up in the fucking sky. They probably have great utilities there, you know? Although they do have to shit in bags, I believe, and then just fucking freebase them outside them. They wind the window down on the space station and just throw their shit into the ether. And then that just fucking gathers pace and momentum because there's no gravity. It's just keep going and going. Then it enters the atmosphere. They literally throw shite, bags of rubbish towards Earth. And then when it gets to the fucking atmosphere, it burns up. Thank you very much, Mickey Disco, for the tip there. That was a lie. Thank you very much, Mickey Disco. Welcome back. Skip this, bro. I don't want a new version of the browser while we're actually doing the fucking stream. Thanks very much. Skip that. Mickey Disco, welcome back. Could you rap it to Little Spanish Fly, like the journal comments? Much love. Can't remember that now. Little Spanish Fly. Can't remember that. Fuck, is there a thing called Little Spanish Fly? If there is, get back to me. Let me know. But that I can't do it at the moment. There might be more. Tobes, thanks very much.
Themselves, right. So we give people an opportunity.
The 747 is ready, waiting, and loaded with Radlers. Tommy, did you hear that?
How are you getting on? Thanks very much, Tobes, for the tip. Can't wait to get back in that the sky base. Thanks for the tip. Tommy Schlug, analyst, not analyst. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thanks, Tom. Whoa, we've got some more fucking rhymes. Need to get something there that's like a big fucking, a big massive cheering sting. Or just everyone go, yeah. Yeah. Have a look. If I were a beat, let's get the fucking, the hip hop going again. There we go. I'd like to get some better beats in this. This is too lo-fi, and the lo-fi ones are too easy. I need something with a bit of spite, a bit of bite, and a bit of nastiness in it. That'll do. That'll do. Yeah. Chat topics. We on this Netcafe tip. Yo, I don't drink Nescafe. I only watch Netcafe with Stuart Cafe every motherfucking day. You know me, Francis Hitch to the IGG, the most realist MC coming at ya like Cleopatra. This is off the top of the dome, going straight out into your motherfucking homes while you're watching this on your phones. Yo, let's kick it. If I were a beat, I'd have mirrors for hands and kicks for feet. My teeth would be eye-hats and my spine would be the baseline. I'd move through life 94 beats per minute. My life infinite, loop to perfection. I hold a steady tempo, let's go a flow. Watch me maneuver over and under. I change sequences so minds wonder. It's no blunder. I rock from late winter to early summer under the influence of dopeness. I wrote this with my Sims chips. What? I wrote this with my Sims chips, 60 megs of memory. That's all it takes for me every fucking day, all my energy. And I don't have any more there. Actually don't have any more. No more.
Basically put their own rhymes up, and people actually battle. You know, they compete against
29 Space God has the jazziest beats going. Thanks very much, DJ B-Boy.
one another and see who has the best rhymes.
We can't read any more of that. The resolution is too poor for that.
Etc. There's another
Foxy Brown, If I, from February the 17th, 1998 at 10:38:55 a.m.
part on the boards where it's a record review board, and we kind of designed this whole thing where you can categorize the music, where it comes from.
Can't really see it. People were saying that I was off, the beat was off there, but I think, sorry, I want to just go back and repeat that, but I mean, I think my microphone might be a few milliseconds off the beat itself. I can't fucking repeat it now, though. But if I turn this back to this and give it another go, wouldn't have been as impressive if I was out of sync with the fucking the flow beats. Let me have a look. We'll put that there. Put that there. Put that there. Slim Shafay, thank you very much. Fuck it. Well, I'm not going to do it again. Sorry.
Basically put their own, has the best rhymes, etc., etc. There's another part on the board. And man, that's the word for some of the piece can.
Did he just say man? Did Stuart Shafay say man to your man there?
Find out
I
about
want to ask you, said intensity, and man, that's the word for some of
man, it's like Joe Biden when he's trying to be down with, you know, and he says the words, man, what's going on, man?
The dialogue can
find out about it. I want to ask you, said intensity, and man, that's the word for some of the dialogue that takes place in your chats. There is really this passionate feeling, a little bit about what you talked about, the commercialization versus sort of the real stuff, and the battle over the artist and who's good and who's bad.
Right.
Just give us a better feel for that.
Well, I mean, you're dealing with a genre of music that anybody feels, well, a lot of people have opinions on. The music, it comes from different neighborhoods, so people want to express themselves. And
fucking annoyed at that now because not that I'm thinking I'm any great shakes at rapping or anything like that, but I mean, even if it's a fucking millisecond off the beat, it's gonna sound shite.
And the chats allow people an opportunity to express themselves and be heard.
I'm not trying to get a gig. I think I just saw a slur that snuck its way onto the show back in the day. And it's okay, it's been censored, grammatically censored to get past the situation. Also, it's the acceptable usage of it as well, with the A at the end. Yeah. Oh no, it's how you figure. Okay, I get you. How you figure? Okay. How you figure that your term can affect my cream / gold platinum? How you figure that? Okay, right. Because then I was thinking, okay, so they've decided to put an F instead of that word in it, that letter at the beginning of the word. They are really fucking straddling the edges here. Really not going to say it. And because it's a dangerous game. You got to remember, hip-hop, if you've got any type of flow at all and you've been listening to them, it's there, and it could fucking happen. You don't want to, so you gotta give me some respect here, guys. That I'm going out of my way to fucking freestyle. You know, I was down with the Wu-Tang back in the day. I was down with Nas, Nasty Nas, all those lads, right? Jamming out their grooves on the fucking stereo, big time. So I mean, I'm playing with fire. I'm skating on thin ice. Thank you very much, Paul Meshkel. So how you figure? And I thought he was saying, so how you? Yeah. But then it means actually how you figure. So how do you figure, more like? Because I was wondering why they said how ya. I was like, is that a fucking thing? I thought that's just an Irish how ya, you know? Turns out it's how do you figure?
Heard and seen by people from all over the world.
Where does that passion come from? And people seem to feel so strongly get into real battles on your.
It's the classic battle between commercialization and art that is coming from a pure sense. So there's big business taking what they think we should be marketed towards and what we should be highlighting, and there's people that are creating it.
Love these Dutch angles.
Think we should be marketed towards and what.
Look at the Dutch angle. It's a crazy kind of anything goes late 90s angle. Thank you very much, Figure
we
4
should be highlighting, and there's people that are creating it that's saying, no, this is my art and I want you to keep it this way.
Or seeing some of the artists they feel are copping out and just doing the commercial thing to make money and not sticking to the real thing.
So that's basically what the chats have really been, I guess, driven by is people's passion to really be seen and heard, and you don't often have that in the mainstream media.
Right. Now, good thing you've done there. It's a really good. The boards are easy to work with.
It's
the chats
really
are easy to work with. It's easy to find where you're going. Was that sort of on purpose?
Yes. A lot of people, especially if you're talking about hip-hop, you're dealing with a lot of kids from quote-unquote the inner city, a lot of people who haven't necessarily been exposed to computers. I didn't want to make it complicated.
Sure.
Goob, thank you very much for the tip.
And so we designed something that would allow people just to get on, plug in, and be introduced to cyberspace.
What an astute observation. Someone in the chat says he looks like a fixed gear rider. But I was wondering, why is that so... Yeah, he does, but they all... People who wear the fucking, who do the courier bicycles in towns on the fucking fixed gear cyclists, they always wear hats that have a small peak that goes up like that. That's the hat.
David E., thank you.
Thank you.
For URLs of today's featured websites, check out the
DVD
Cafe site at cmptv.com.
Joe, you're from Excite, and by some recent estimates I've seen, Excite is, I think, probably in the top 5 traffic sites on the web.
That's about right.
That's huge. I mean, that's...
I can't wait to see this guy.
A lot of people.
Tip. Thank you very much for the tip.
Thanks.
And I know that...
Thanks. He's just been, he just took a compliment there. It wasn't directed towards him personally. It was more of something else. Listen to that again.
And
we haven't even seen this guy yet.
By some recent estimates I've seen, Excite is, I think, probably in the top 5 traffic sites on the web.
That's about right.
That's huge. I mean, that's a lot of people.
Thanks.
And I know that one of the things you guys do is, sort of build community, try to attract people with, interesting things to do. And I've seen this PAL, instant messaging. And it's sort of like a twist on email. It seems like a little more advanced, a little more live action. Kind of tell me what your take on it is.
Sure. Well,
there we go. He's more of a normal looking Joe Kraus tonight on prime time. The Kraus Files. Joe_Kraus.
You're not a killer.
No, I'm not.
You're not a killer.
No, I'm not.
You're not a killer.
No, I'm not. Generally, Excite is trying to build a community of its users, make people feel like and get in touch with other people that are on the service. It's a good way to help.
Yeah, sauerkraut. Stillmatic says in the chat.
Help people feel like they're part of Excite, more like a member.
Positive review. Thank you very much for the
And one of the
cyber
services
chat.
we offer is something called Excite PAL. And what that basically is it's a way for people to instantly communicate with one another. You download a small piece of software.
But isn't that email? I mean, instantly communicate?
The difference between email and PAL is the fact that email is like regular postal mail, where you send a message out and you hope that later on somebody gets it and then replies to you.
Right.
What PAL is like a telephone. It's an instant way to communicate with one
Maybe
another.
something about that Californian way people talk, because Stuart Chaffee's always saying handheld console devices.
Handheld gaming devices. Nintendo's Game Boy.
Like Nintendo's Game Boy. Tony B, thank you very much. And Tony C, thank you very much as well. I hope you're getting on well. And we've been given a link to the freestyle board. Great stuff. We'll have a look at that in due course. But maybe they accentuate the in fucking San Francisco, wherever it is that they're fucking doing this. Holy shit.
So PAL
PAL is just after tipping there. Thanks very much, PAL.
is to email like
PAL is to email like chat is to what? What's the answer going to be?
the telephone is to the postal mail.
Okay.
All right, I got it completely wrong.
Okay.
That's the major difference.
Right,
You're
right. Now,
communicating instantly.
I can see that. Now, I was actually fooling around with it a little bit earlier.
Is this a bad thing for kids to be playing this, or is there a good side to it?
Got online, downloaded the software. Someone else was talking, with me from across the, I don't know where they were actually, but, the green light went on and there they were. Now, is this something that is beyond chat? I mean, is this like people can use
beyond
this for business,
chat?
people can use this for...
Sure. The way to consider it is it's like private chat. It's a chat with you and your friends, or you and your coworkers.
Okay.
There's many ways that people use this application. So some companies have everybody in their company down.
So we've got Stewart's in there already. What was he doing in this guy's Rolodex of people?
Loaded.
Really?
And then everybody puts their name into the pool, and you can see and send instant messages with one another or people in your company.
Right.
There's a lot of personal uses as well. So, for instance, I communicate with my father, who happens to live in Los Angeles, and I see him come online. We exchange a couple of messages, and then he goes and does his thing, and I go do my thing. So it's both a personal and a business use.
Right, and so it takes sort of like browsing.
Thank you very much.
A little
Spirit level, thank you very much. And somebody else has asked or said, did you see the sneaky copy of Manx TT Superbike during one of the CCTV shots earlier? No, I fucking didn't.
bit of an
What an amazing game
in a way.
it was played. I don't know if you ever played on the arcade machine of it. They had one on the Irish ferries between Dublin and Holyhead. I don't know if they still have, probably don't nowadays. And then they got Wave Rider after that as well. Wasn't as good though. I liked the Manx TT Superbike. Winners don't use drugs. There was a sign by the FBI at the beginning of the game that said, winners don't use drugs. And, but it was set on the Isle of Man. It had nothing to do with the feds. I don't know why the feds were involved. Probably a Japanese game as well. Thank you very much. It sounds like this guy has created the concept of the dark web. Thank you very much. And Robert and Cliff. Let's have a little look there at the Manx TT Superbike. PAL. Manx TT Superbike. Arcade. Manx TT Superbike. Arcade. This was Manx TT Superbike. Let's have a look at that for a moment. There it was! Blink and you'll miss it. Winners don't use drugs. To be, what the fuck? The Federal Bureau of Investigation. So you had an ominous fucking little message from the feds before he even started doing any motorbiking around the Manx Cat TT. Thanks for the tip. You had two coasts. There was the Laxey coast, which is easy. Took you by all the sites of the Isle of Man, the Laxey Wheel, and that's it. And then there was the hard course as well. Let's just see. Did they select that though? I'm not sure.
Please choose manual or automatic transmission.
Wow, and look at the well-rendered cityscape of Douglas, the capital, big swinging, big smoke city of Manx, of the Isle of Man, of the Manx people. And there's no road limit, no speed limits there, so they do all this mad fucking biking. People fucking come off the bike, some mad bits of body parts everywhere. It's crazy. I've never seen it, but I wouldn't want to go either. But I did go to the Isle of Man one year, and the buildings did look like that. But I didn't want to stay that long. I've been to loads of islands, the Achill Islands, the Aran Islands, and I didn't. Islands are a weird enough kind of vibe in and of themselves, but I got more of a kind of a weird vibe, kind of Wicker Man vibe off of the Isle of Man, and wanted to leave. I wanted to leave. It was raining as well, and they had to get a plane off the island. And there's the Laxey Wheel. There's the Laxey Wheel. Crazy, crazy time. What a wheel. It was a really good day out. We got all the way out there. It took us about 2 hours to navigate our way out there. Saw the wheel and then went back to the hotel. After that, there was nothing to do, but it was a good time. But was it though, really? Haven't been back. A lovely island. The weather wasn't this good. The weather was not this good at the time. It was grey, overcast, very cold. There was a storm on. Wow. Federal Bureau de Change, thank you very much. And Scumbalina used to record on the Daytona game on the Dublin to Holyhead ferry. Oh, used to hold the record, you say? Or you say you used to record it. And then there was going to be some sort of follow-up exchange where we saw your video or something. But the arcade machine. See if we can see the arcade machine. Yeah, it's there. And there's some lad on it there. I wonder if this is on the ferry. This could have been on the ferry. There's no one on it, of course. Winners don't use drugs. Wonder if you can hear him go, Manx TT Superbike. Hear it there. You can hear someone playing fucking Time Crisis or House of the Dead in the background. And a lovely bit of hair on this guy at the back there. Wisps. Willow the Wisp. There. Jeffrey Dahmer-esque curls. Has he got a little scrunchie or a woman's scrunchie on the back? Let's go back there and see. We've now transcended Netcafe and we've gone into the murky world of some lad's hair on the back of a racing arcade machine.
Tonight at 9 on Dispatches. Arcade Machine Man. Did he have a woman's scrunchie in the back of his hair? Was it even a man at all? Could have actually been a woman. Thanks very much for the tip, the server in Bavaria.
Lovely bit of kind of in the background of that effect. Thanks very much there for the tip, Hooli, and the server in Bavaria. And let's have a little look and see what this guy does. Does he do damage on the machine or what? Little flick of the wrist there. Look at that, getting the fucking wrist warmed up. It's all in the wrists. There. Says Commander Blanco. Sorry if this is a bit loud. I don't want to turn. I'll turn it down on this main frame here. The Dahmer flick. Someone said that flick of the wrist was called the Dahmer flick. Have a look at it again. Look at that. Maybe it's a bit slow. Let's have a look there. Flick of a psychopath, says CD R&B. Thank you very much, Pizza Dream. Wow, look at him go. He's fucking tearing it up, man. He's tearing it up. The funny thing is, well, not funny, but when you're on the ferry, the Holyhead ferry, the swaying of the boat would add an extra level of difficulty. So even if you selected the easy Laxey Coast option, you were in actual fact racing on ultra hard mode. You'd be like swinging around trying to counterbalance against Mother Nature's waves. Crazy bit of business altogether. None other than the Manx TT, a very fucking incredible race and dangerous race, as we can see there. Horrible crash. I don't know if we should show that. Thank you very much for the tip there. Cold Coat Rider. Have a look there. Ulster GP. This is 5th of October. This is recently enough. I don't remember. I never heard of anything. Just want to skip on there. It's not even. Just careful now if you don't like crashes and stuff. I don't know how bad this is, but I'm gonna see something. 50. Look, they should be going at fucking 50. They're going too fast. Whoa! There he goes. Fucking hell. That was bad. Fuck. Sorry about that. I actually should not have fucking showed that. Sorry about that. Go out of that. Fucking hell, he came off it, didn't he? Oh, it's a game. It's a fucking game. Oh, thank fuck. Because I saw that, I thought it was real. Jesus Christ, I thought that was real for a second. I actually thought for a moment, I started getting worried and thought I was going to get the video taken down for showing gore or something like that. Then I was thinking, but there's already someone has uploaded it, so. Fucking hell. He fairly came off it though, didn't he? Even if it's... What a realistic looking game. Look at this. Whoa. That's fucking crazy town. Come, my lady. Come, my lady. You're my super bike. I'm fucked. Baby. Fuck. I mean, I know it's not real, but I mean, Jesus. Maybe that's why the FBI said, winners don't use drugs. Even though this is a game, it's not real. But how realistic are those graphics? Tommy Schlug, you're there.
How are you getting on? That was a close one there. You nearly got taken down for showing gore and death.
And you know yourself, Tom, you had a bit of an accident there over the summer.
Yeah, I came off a fucking piece of wood on wheels, but it was nothing as bad as this. Watch this. Whoa, there he goes, through the air. Fucking danger zone.
Crazy bit of business altogether. Don't even know what that is. How have we strayed away into this? It's not even anything to do with this.
You can add an interactive dimension because you know other people are there potentially browsing with you. You can tell people to go to places.
Yeah, and one of the best parts about it too is that it's free.
We can go to places together on the internet. Thank you very much, GridRain741. I hope you're getting on well. This is real road racing. Someone was saying, fucking mental racing. Mental racing.
Phone call. I'm chatting with my dad in Los Angeles.
How much of ventilation does that PC monitor have in the background? See, it's been that fucking cabinet that it sits into. It probably is going to overheat. There's no point worrying about it now. It's probably been decommissioned, recommissioned, and repurposed. This stage doesn't even exist. Probably crushed at an e-waste recycling center. I highly, highly recommend them if you need to get rid of a telly or a fridge. I saw it on a video by my uncle.
We're having a private communication instantaneously, and it's all free.
Now,
and I can talk to my friends in Singapore, I can talk to my friends in London, and again, it's all free.
Now, what if you wanted to do a group instant chat? Is that possible?
There is also a conference feature. So let's say you and I are chatting.
Right.
You happen to be in London, I happen to be in San Francisco. We're chatting with one another. We notice another friend that happens to come online. We can hit a conference button on PAL, on site PAL. What that does is conference that person, and now we have a three-way chat room going on.
Three-way. Let's get a little three-way chat room going. I say go for it. We need to really push on here, home important. This is, and make sure that she knows what we need from them. I need the files from you before you go out of town. Sounds like electric hot chat.
Three-way chat room. Okay. So effectively, you can take this from a telephone conversation.
There it is again. Mangs did the superbike.
Point to a conference call with multiple people.
So it's almost like you could liken it to a pager system in a way as well. I mean, it's sort of like you're wearing a little pager while you're online. Other people know they can reach you.
That's exactly right. So you're alerting people that you're online.
Share the files. Thank you very much.
And then people can send you an instant message which pops up on your screen saying hello or asking you to join a conference.
Now, has there been any sort of strange or kind of funny things that maybe have happened with using PAL, or do you have to sort of police people so that there's not...
Here we are. We've got some dispatches coming up that has to be here. There's always these questions. At the time, the internet, the technology was so kind of like fucking new, no one knew, and there was all the horror stories about what could go on there. And so a lot of the questioning sessions always veer at the end towards, is this a bad thing for things to be going on around this? Can kids play this? And now, is there something sexy going on in here? Was it? What about you taking your clothes off and that kind of stuff? Blah, blah, blah. It was twisted, twisted,
twisted.
Hand movements like that.
Dispatches unwraps the story behind...
People getting undressed, going to the bathroom.
Twisted.
Dispatches investigates, Monday at 8 on 4.
The hardest part about PAL has been getting people to start using it. What we've noticed is that people who download the product suddenly enter all their friends' names and then are a little bit confused when they don't see that their friends are online. So one of the things we've done is institute something called Dr. PAL. So when you come online, there's automatically somebody there waiting.
You have reached Dr. Pal. Please give me your address for Dr. Pal. Thank you very much there, Chef Shirthay Files.
To talk to you.
Shying away from your fans, determine who can see your name online with PAL. Choose options, then select who can see me. You decide which PAL people want people to publish your presence to. Your name will appear as not online to the people in your PAL that are not allowed.
And that person's called Dr. PAL.
Wow.
And so
wonky frames, thank
what
you
that
very
is
much.
Is just getting people comfortable with the notion of having a conversation with somebody through this.
Was there some... For whom are you looking? A directory of PAL users is located under people in the menu bar. Searches can be made by email address or by the full name of a person.
What that is just getting people comfortable.
Don't be cheeky, thank you very much. I haven't found that video. I'm glad that you asked about it because I do remember saying Johnny promises that it was going to be found. I'm going to look for that box of mini DV tapes and see if I can find... I'm going to fucking do that this week, okay? I'll give you a definitive answer. It will mean me having to dig out an old camcorder that can play the mini DV cassette. But if I can find those two items, I know I've got the camera. If I can find the fucking cassette, then we'll be able to see that video. The tale I related on a stream 2-3 years ago now, on a Resident Evil 4 stream. Hell. I've been watching this show too long. Hell, we might even play a bit of Resident Evil 4 again for the memories. Because they brought out the HD project. They're going to remaster or remake it, but they're bringing out Resident Evil 4 HD project as well. Pow! Thanks for the tip. Give music. Thank you very much. And wonky frames.
With the notion of having a conversation with somebody through this product.
Interesting. Well, I'm going to have to go online.
Somebody for this product.
See who Dr. Pal really is.
That's right. The
Dr. Pal.
mystery behind Dr. Pal.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank
wow, what a show this has been.
Well, Jane, did you discover any chats you might want to try again
Yeah,
now?
I did. Insight. I thought that was a great site.
Why?
The moderated chats for teens and really topical...
Why would she want to go on that?
Topics for them to talk about. I really liked it.
I love the way each of the presenters doesn't give a fuck about any of the stuff, but they're pretending that they are. But that's all part of the act. It's all part of the presentation. But it's why Stuart seems a lot more convincing sometimes, but then other times is really off the money. Withers, she puts on a good front, but you can tell at the heart of it all, she doesn't give a fuck about the internet. And I'm not sure about the other lad.
Moderated, that's the part you like.
Well, I think so, structure? And I think that there was good structure, and there's also really good, compelling topics that people could come together with. That was good.
You discover anything new?
Yeah, I like that chat is really expanding. It's no longer just, sitting there and typing in words. I mean, you've got this instant messaging where you can actually really have a group experience chatting. And I like the...
look at this, the background, fucking dispatch box on that lad at the back. Is that Kraus from... That's Kraus from the previous fucking bit. Thank you very much, Sir Scully and Sophistics. Let's just go back for a moment. There he is there, look. And then look. look here when we get to this lad.
Instant messaging where you can actually really have a group.
Woo!
Tonight at 9 on Dispatches. The guest that wouldn't go away. The guest that wouldn't go home. He was the man who invited a world into his PAL chat room and then refused to leave. Find out more tonight on Manx TT Dispatch Box in the Isle of Man tonight. Ooh.
Great stuff.
Group experience, chatting, and I like the
still
cameras
there.
and see you, see me, and it's bringing a whole...
CUC, it's a load of cock. There he is, look. Woo! I love this stuff. I love when you see something like this.
Video element into it, and I think video...
I want to spin around on my fucking chair, but I don't have a spinny chair anymore.
Conferencing is, you know, here and at least right around the corner in a lot of
What
companies.
I like about the chat thing, especially the hip-hop chat room I went into, I mean,
Did he fuck like the hip-hop? He's not arsed. Sure, it's not your demographic, Stu. It's not your demographic.
I don't know a lot about the hip-hop scene, but what's
You do
really...
now. He's lying. MC Stu.
About the chat thing.
I don't know much about the hip-hop scene, but I had a lot of fun.
Especially the hip-hop chat room I went into. I mean, I don't know a lot about the hip-hop scene, but what's
You do
really...
now.
I do now. That's right, because you can...
I do now. And I want to see pictures. Maybe I'll just fucking go on Photoshop now and make one. I just want to see him in a kind of... I want to see album covers with him on it. Do you know, the one... I'm sorry, fucking...
You get into a conversation you might never otherwise get into.
There's no point in me saying what I want to see and then just not making it. I'll have to make it now. That'll be for the next episode. Hip Hop Stew.
I mean, I don't travel in those circles. I don't get...
Make a little rap video with samples from this. I don't travel in those circles. I don't get into any of those sort of what, Stu? What are you going to say next?
You get into a conversation you might never otherwise get into. I mean, I don't travel in those circles. I don't get to talk to those guys.
Whoa, Stu. Those guys.
But I did get to talk to them in this chat room, and man, I learned a lot about what...
Ice Stube, says Tony B there in the chat. Stew Pack. Volcanito says Stew Pack. Woo! Stew Tang Clan, thank you very much. Disco Stew.
What really goes on in that world, so I think the chat stuff is really cool. Anyhow, that's it on Chatting Online. We'll see you here next week.
Look, this weird fucking little transition at the end.
Goes on in that world, so I think the chat stuff is really cool. Anyhow, that's it on Chatting Online. We'll see you here next week.
And the resolution on that, the last few frames, he looks kind of fucking... He looks like a PS1 era baddie. You know, like the pixelated...
A lot about what really goes on in that world, so I think the chat stuff is really cool. Anyhow, that's it on Chatting Online. We'll see you here next week at the internet.
I wonder if we've got any sort of... let me just see if we can get a video game baddie or something. Sound going here. Red Alert, like a fucking Command and Conquer Red Alert, but he's smiling. But that, look at the frames there, the artifacts around the face, the way that the compression technology wasn't enough to get the face. And that's a good picture in there. Stu32, thanks very much.
Stuff is really cool. Anyhow, that's it on Chatting Online. We'll see.
Let's try this one there.
You have reached the end of the episode, but you have only just begun your quest into the descent into hell. Are you ready for the next chapter of Net Cafe? Don't fool us. We won't be. No way will we be fooled by your presence in the Net Cafe. Upstairs there is a room full of boxes of Windows 95. If you progress to there, if you do everything you can, if you do the side quests, and take all the boxes and play all the Max 2D Superbike,
then you will proceed to the next level. Until then, welcome to Net Cafe. Wow, what a cut. What a cut.
What a lovely cut at the end of that as well.
The Internet Cafe is brought to you by Z-Auction, the live online shopping experience. Additional funding from PC Connection and Mac Connection, the catalog and online superstore with PC and Mac products, toll-free technical support, and overnight delivery. And by Windows Magazine, delivering desktop, enterprise, and internet computing news, reviews, features, and how-tos for a Windows world, because the world runs on Windows. Additional funding from SoftSource Incorporated, publishers of Pro One software, educational software for young adults. To purchase a videotape copy of today's program, call toll-free 1-888-310-7850. Please specify the show number and the topic.
Okay, we'll see you later. Thanks very much. It's good to be back. It was a great episode of Net Cafe Fat 32. We had more. I think, Tommy, did we have more to give?
We did, but I'm fucking wrecked. I think you're about to pass out.
Twisted.
Twisted stuff. We'll see you later, guys. Thanks very much. Thanks very much for tuning in, everyone. It's great to be back. We'll talk to you later on. What the fuck's this? We've veered into strange territory here. Random suggested video, lads. Random suggested video. The Student Internet Cafe, Karper Mears. Must be a place out in India or Pakistan or something. Sorry about that. The noise level. Let's just put this tunage to it. Look at the setup. What's going on? We'll leave you with this. We'll talk to you later on. Thanks very much. Run the Stu 32. We'll talk to you later. Thanks very much. What was that? Something exchanged hands there.
Tonight at 9. The Students' Internet Cafe. The transactions. The rupees. The depravity. Windows XP on 4.
Why is there a fucking tea towel over the PC? That's gonna fuck up the ventilation.
Tonight at 9 on Dispatches. Do you know this man? Have you seen him? Please. Please. We need to know. Smash at 9 there on the badges. The Indian Chauffeur.
Good night, lads. See ya.
Bottom